We got ourselves a new challenge in Pokemon episode
Hello, everyone,
12.
and welcome to
Pokemon
episode
Amber
12.
episode 12.
I'm
I should
Gabe,
clarify.
and today
Not the
we're
actual
heading
like
down
anime
Route
area.
5 and
No,
running into
no.
particularly unique character.
I don't want to get swayed.
And stick around to the end, as I have a tricky challenge for you.
Oh?
Real fast, though, in the last episode, you defeated Bree, the flying-type head researcher, and gained another access code.
And given the fact that we went to the
gave you access to her ride Pokemon,
place,
which
we
let
might
you
be able to
fly
get our
back
own
to Solura
evolution?
City.
Possibly. Also, we saw some new evolution items. There's something with help with evolution. I think the fan will probably have the flying type. That's my only guess.
You
And the pod
pass through
plant
the
help with
gate
grass
to the
type.
east
I really
and onto
do
the
not
gentle
know.
fields of Route 6. You recognize Stakedo, Rhinozy, Fernanto, Primal Blitzel, and Archon traipsing in the grass. But
Nice.
you do spot two new Pokemon. First
Of
off,
course.
we've got a strange ancestor to modern giraffes. This is actually a pretty recent discovery with a funky name. Disco Kyrex Jishi? I'm positive
Disco
I
Kyrex
mispronounced that, but it's still fun. Their
That sounds like a
neck joints were
TCG
incredibly
localization of a
complex and
Yu-Gi-Oh
robust,
card.
capable of absorbing massive forces, and their theorized headbutting behavior makes for a really nice fighting type. On the whole,
I like how it has
fighting type
fists for
Pokemon tend
rams.
to be my least favorite design, since they usually go for something more humanoid, and we all know how that can turn out.
Conkeldurr.
Yikes,
Never
spikes.
played that thing.
I'm a big fan of fighting types that don't
It's a
have to
freaking
lean on that.
evolution.
But
I
to
mean, when you
further
think
play up
fighting,
the
I think
fighting type
humans.
for our quadrupedal design, I am turning its massive head crests into vaguely fist-shaped mounds.
That's a fun idea.
This is particularly
Like its
fun because it will
eyes.
be elaborated on when this design evolves.
Ooh, it evolves.
And I pull in some vibrant giraffe colors, which worked really well for the fighting
Hey,
type.
it's fine. Apparently,
And
it's in
here
their
is Bumpif, the head-butt
range
Pokemon.
of both.
This territorial
their
Pokemon
bloodline, that'll
charges
work.
anyone who hasn't
Bumpif.
earned its trust. Bumpif's head
Oh,
sports
rivalry
two
with
massive
Blitzel.
knotted
Nice.
horns, which it uses to smash through anything in its way.
Actually,
They
neither
have a
type have
rivalry
an
with Primal
advantage,
Blitzel
so
and chase them off whenever able. Its ability is Mold Breaker, so that means its moves can be used regardless of an opposing Pokemon's abilities.
cool. I like it.
Most of the Bumpif are busy fighting with one another or
Of
chasing
course.
Primal Blitzel around the fields.
Get back here, you
As you
bitch!
continue on, you see a small
Oh, they're gonna have
mound
like a
of dirt
Seviper
in the middle of the
Zangoose
path,
rivalry.
which shifts its weight a bit. As you get closer, it snores and yawns. Okay,
It's
alright,
a
y'all,
sloth.
it is time to get adorable. It feels maybe a little cliche, but we just have to have a ground-type ground sloth. It'll get big
Okay.
and tough when it evolves, but to start off, things are going to be really, really adorable.
It wouldn't be a
I
pre-evolution
knew that I
if it
wanted
didn't
the
start
general
adorable
shape of
as
the design to
hell.
look like a little mound of dirt. Also, a
That's
lot
the
of
Pokemon
artistic
formula.
renders
First
of
form,
Megatherium
aw, it's
and
so
other
cute.
giant
Middle
ground
form,
sloths
I'm
have a
angsty
long
and don't
ant
feel so great.
eater-like tongue,
Final form,
and I wanted
I'm
to
so
incorporate that.
badass.
Though this was mainly to get a cute little yawning tongue sticking out. Yeah, it is so darn cute. I just
you
want
know
to yell
what?
about
It
it.
works,
Okay,
and that's what
colors
matters.
felt pretty obvious, but I had more fun with the shiny. One of my favorite YouTubers.
This thing reminded me
is
of
Best in
Sandile.
Sloth. He does a lot of Jurassic Park talk and plays all of the dinosaur games on his channel. Go check it out.
You'd have to
but
love
he has
dinosaurs
an
to do all
adorable
that
sloth
stuff. I mean,
as his
dinosaurs are
channel
cool, but I feel like
mascot.
at some point
So I
I
wanted
get
to
tired of
use
dinosaurs.
the colors from his
Like I said, the
sloth
same with the
to make
Yu-Gi-Oh for
this
me.
guy's shiny. Anyway,
And you wouldn't
this
be wrong.
is Slothump, the napping Pokemon. This sleepy Pokemon spends the
I
majority
feel the colors
of
are a
its
little
day
too
snoozing on the
Sandile
ground.
to me, but that's just
Particularly
personal
long
opinion.
naps
I
often
mean, I don't know what
use
other colors
Slothump,
you would give it. Well, you could
partially
base off of
covered
the
with dirt,
skunk monkey, I
which it
guess.
uses
And
to
yes, there are
appear as
monkeys
an
that look
anthill.
that have skunk
Their
colors
long,
and all that
sticky
stuff. I
tongues
don't know
are
their
perfect
actual
for pulling
term, but
leaves off of branches
know,
or nabbing
I think if you Google
unsuspecting
them, they'll
bug-type
give you what you're
Pokemon.
asking for.
Its ability is Comatose, so
Of
that's
course.
Komala's signature ability, and I feel like this sleepy little monster should get it. And that means the Pokemon is essentially asleep and cannot be inflicted with any other major status condition.
Riveting.
Now,
Give it sleep
Slothump
talk.
is just
Or
too
snore.
adorable to resist, and you just have to catch it before continuing east.
And then release it. I only wanted the
Climb a
Pokedex
gentle
data.
incline and come to a small ranch with a beautiful view
A
of
ranch?
Alien
Is it a
Bay.
dinosaur ranch?
A researcher welcomes you to the Pokemon Daycare Center.
Ah, you must be the other one of Professor Ginkgo's new assistants.
This
She
looks
certainly has you two
fabulous.
working hard, doesn't she? I know you're getting that Pokédex filled out, but it's like she needs it done by some imminent
This
deadline.
guy was
Anyway,
made in
this
order
is the
to take
Pokemon
care of
Daycare
eggs.
Center. If you wish, I can look after a couple of your Pokemon and help them get stronger, while you continue your
I'll only
adventure.
use you in the post game
It's very fulfilling
after I
work,
catch a Ditto.
though I must admit that I am perplexed. Sometimes, when I have two Pokemon together at the ranch, a random Pokemon egg just appears.
Magically appears.
I'll have to study this phenomenon further.
Yeah, I'm
In the
sure you
meantime,
will.
Why don't you take this Pokemon egg?
It's
with
good
you?
that they don't explain it
You
for
are
kids
gifted
and all
with
that
a
stuff,
Pokemon
but when you
egg.
grow
You'll
up
have to
and you
carry
know
the
how
egg
this stuff works,
carefully
it's
on your
like, oh
adventure.
yeah, wizards,
Looking
I'm
off
sure.
to Palian Bay to the north, you can see a research station out in the middle of the water. It's then that a friendly voice addresses you from nearby.
I was hoping to get out to whatever lab is out.
Oh,
there.
hello.
The drawbridge in Salur City has been raised this whole time, but I'll find a way there. I know that's where all Professor Ginkgo's discoveries must be. So you
Really?
can get there first.
Probably some
I
sort
bet
of
I can
battle
help you.
dome of some
But
sort.
for now, I'd love to see how your Pokemon are coming
Yeah, it's
along.
really late
Let's
for-
battle.
Grant leads with his starter, which you are able to take care of quickly.
Of course.
Next, he uses his little Eevee. He hasn't evolved it yet, but it is substantially stronger.
Naturally.
For his last Pokemon, Grant sends out something that you are fairly certain you have at least seen part of
Oh
before.
boy. Here we go.
Yes, the Galarian fossils. Some people hate them, but I, for one, absolutely love them. I think there's a good
I'm
amount of
okay
people
with
who
them
don't
mostly
understand
due
the
to an excellent
paleontological
video by
reference that they're
Loxenoggin
making,
that I highly
and
recommend.
instead see
The
them
Bone
as
Wars, I think it was
stupid,
called.
ugly abominations, which they are. They
Yeah, but
certainly
that's
are.
the point.
That's kind of the whole point. Oh, and in case anybody doesn't know, here's the deal. In the early days
Yeah.
of paleontology, there were some individuals who were a little less concerned with scientific accuracy
And more with
interested
who
in
could do it
presenting
faster.
captivating fossils. So it wasn't
Came up with
completely
interesting
unheard of
designs for
for a set of
dinosaurs, but it's
prehistoric
entirely
remains to be
wrong.
comprised of multiple species. And so, the Galarian fossils
If
are
you
a
would
wonderful
put it,
way
they had
to
like
play
one of
out.
the dinosaurs had like a horn in its
Now, of
head, like a
course,
tiny
we are
horn,
gonna have
like
to
almost
complete
the
the
top,
fossils
like
for
how
our
some
region.
cars have
And
ornaments on
first
the
up is
hood.
the electric fossil.
And then it's like, actually,
I
it turns
feel
out that
like
was a
we all
thumb.
have a
It's
pretty
like, oh
good
god,
idea
how
what the
big
rest
are
of
the
Pokemon should look
ramifications
like.
of this?
You know, a small Dromaeosaur. And in this case,
It looks like it
Troodon,
could have been a
or
dinosaur
Troodon.
Pikachu, to
Was
be
never
honest.
Completely sure how to pronounce that.
Which means that
but
even the
they're
Cretaceous
notable for
period of
having
Pokemon,
great big
there were
dino
Pika
brains
clones.
compared to their bodies. And honestly, there's not a ton to say about this design.
Not
Here
really.
is Troazolt, the sprinting
I like its
Pokemon.
shiny.
A complete fossil for this ancient Pokemon was finally discovered in the Palean region. Troazolt are incredibly fast.
I'm
and
glad these
intelligent,
guys are getting second
seen
chances at life.
regularly working together in packs to find food. They are very affectionate, but their nuzzles often leave their trainer's hair standing on end. Its ability is Quick Feet, so that means that their speed raises by 50% when afflicted with a status condition.
Neat.
Troazolt's speed is difficult to overcome, but you finally beat Grant. Your Pokemon may be stronger, but Grant has consistently been ahead of you in challenging the researchers.
Better change that.
You wonder if you'll
Well,
be able
you can.
to beat him to whatever lies at the center of Palean Bay.
Hmm.
In fact, he's already gone.
Dope.
You follow his tracks to the end of Route 6
Ran
and
off.
spy Tri-Town beyond the next gate. Tri-Town. What a strange name. In fact, all of the settlements have had weird names. I wonder if anyone out there can decipher the inspiration behind the location names.
The
If you
ages of
think you know it,
dinosaurs,
let me know down in the
Triassic.
comments below. As a refresher, the locations so far are Camp Ryan, Ordo Outpost, Silur City, Devo Town, Mayo Cave, Per Marina, and
Skip
Tri-Town.
Camp Nefair.
I'm really curious if anyone can crack it. Thank you so much for watching,
Dinosaur
and please
ages,
leave a
that's
like
just
if
my
you enjoyed
guess,
the
like
video.
Cretaceous,
As always, I would
Triceratops,
love to hear your
like
thoughts on
Triassic,
today's
stuff
episode
like
down
that.
in the comments below. I've
But
got
yeah,
to thank my
some
friend
cool new
Brian
Pokemon. I like
for
the
jumping
new,
in as our researcher
Fossil
who
Pokemon
is
thing. I
studying
really like the
Pokemon
fighting type in
breeding.
this one.
Another huge thank you to Adam for
And the
hosting
guy was
Grant,
kind of
our
cool.
rival.
There's no
He's
broccoli.
actually responsible for me doing this YouTube series.
Really?
He and I were in a musical together, and I showed
Oh.
him some of the beta designs since he's also a big paleontology nerd, and that's what inspired me to do this. So, thanks for all that as well.
I want to see
Adam.
the your
Anyway,
dinosaurs
I'll
are
see all
wrong
of you
guy
in
too.
episode
Your
13.
Pokemon are wrong. Could you imagine? I want to see your dinosaurs are wrong guy do Pokemon fossils. That would be amazing. he'd never do it just because he's more focused on the toys than the actual Pokemon. Or could you? But I'm not saying he'd get all the views, but he get a lot of them. But yeah, cool new fossil Pokemon and a cool new other Pokemon. So yeah, I think the fighting type wins this one. We'll see what happens in the more cryptic Pokemon next. Let's get to it. Now we've got some creepy cryptid designs. Amber 12.5. Although since it's a Fakemon Ultra collab, I don't know if it'll be counting or anything like that.
I'm Gabe, and today we're going to be tackling a challenge.
I personally am a big fan of cryptids like Bigfoot, Sasquatch was Bigfoot, but like Mothman, all that crap. I love that stuff. That's right up my alley.
Anyway, the prompt for this year is to
I love
design
urban
a Fakemon
myths and stuff like that, based on
cryptid.
regions and all that
Ideally
stuff.
one that is from your country of origin.
I should really get back to watching Secret Says at some point, like just binge watching it like that. I thought I would have after the Curly Artist episode.
Now, I'm going to make this a little bit harder for myself because I want whatever I design to still fit in the prehistoric Palean region.
It would be
I
kind of.
know what you're thinking. How are you going to do that? Cryptids and extinct animals are different things, you dummy. And I say, whoa, I mean, don't call me a dummy. Or you
No
see,
need for
I
harsh
have
language.
a clever solution that merges some prehistoric animals and...
They're missing links.
Let's jump right on into the base form.
Mothman.
It is going to be based on the ancestor of bats, along with the imagery of
I swear the
sugar
first
skulls
design looked
and
like one
Dia
of
de
S-Code
Muertos.
Knight's
The Day of the Dead
Fakemons.
stuff will come into play a bit more when it evolves, but just know that it'll mainly affect the typing and the color palette.
Wow.
Now, the tricky thing about it being a bat ancestor is that we know pretty much nothing about bat evolution.
Nothing about bats,
just
period.
kind of showed up in the fossil record as bats.
Bats just showed up one day and we said, okay.
For their, their weird teenage years when they're trying to learn how to fly. This isn't super surprising since bats more likely than not evolved gliding about in forests, and a combination of their teeny tiny little bones and forests generally not being great for preserving fossils means that we are left in the dark. So I get to take some liberties with this. Now, it probably wouldn't have that.
It's easily gonna be better than the
freaking.
I still can't believe Aromatisse is just like the freaking plague doctor. It's like on this.
We do know that early bats didn't have echolocation. And then I pulled
I stand
from
with
the
Oregon, and he was right on that
here
baloney.
is Desmort, the proto-bat Pokemon. This ancestor
I feel like there's
to
too
modern
much
bat
blue.
Pokemon
Could use a
isn't
bit more
able to
red.
fly yet.
But that's personal
Desmort
opinion. I know it's because of the base
enjoy
too.
climbing
I think the
trees
shiny
and
one
flap
looks
their
better.
large hands wildly when they leap from branch to branch. They are very clumsy and often tumble out of the trees. Desmort wish to fly, but often become discouraged, sometimes resigning themselves to staying grounded forever. Its ability is something I'm calling uncertain. That is, when damaged, a random stat will increase by 1 stage. Now, I know this little bat doesn't look like a cryptid, but luckily it will evolve. In fact, it has a split
into
evolution,
Mothman,
which is dependent on if it learns to fly or not. We're going to be able to design a more Pokemon and also a more monstrous cryptid as well. First up, we have our design that takes to the sky. This one is pretty straightforward. It's based on the truly massive megabats. We're talking about wingspans of nearly 6 feet. So big old bat, we can do that. And what's the second design element? We're going to color it like an alebrije. These are fantastical designs made by Mexican artists of bizarre, often composite animals. They're basically
cryptid I know off the top of my head from Mexico. It is Chupacabra.
So we're going to treat our bat as a flying
I should know
fox,
more, but not really.
Fox combination.
When I say I'm a big fan of cryptids, my interest is more like I don't know every single cryptid. It's like, you say you like Pokemon, name every Pokemon sort of thing, but I know a good chunk of them.
Up in Minnesota. But the Sugar Skull, Proto-Bat, and this Alebrije design are tangentially related to the final cryptid design, so we're just going to roll with it for now. Anyway, after getting to play with some more fun colors, here is Alebrije,
These cannot be easy to draw. This one I think I
Desmort,
like
who were
better,
able to
but I feel like I
successfully
use more
learn how to
darker
fly,
colors. But honestly, the
evolve
pink
into this
doesn't bother me
massive
as much.
prehistoric bat. They are
This is an
gentle
easy
and
upgrade.
lead lost Pokemon and people back to safety.
Mm.
Alabrize preferred not to interact directly and stay high in the sky. They blow strong gusts to subtly move people back onto their path, but will resort to picking them up and carrying them if needed.
Aw, thanks.
Its ability is something I'm calling Guide,
Okay.
and that means that moves used by this Pokemon and its allies cannot miss. That's
Oh, I
maybe
love
a little
that.
broken,
That'd be
but
great.
yeah, I like it. This
Eh,
design
screw me.
definitely skirts the line of complexity. It almost feels legendary, but I think we can justify it by saying that Desmort are extremely rare and hard to obtain. Something like Volcarona, getting a Volcarona.
I was about to
But
be more
let's
like,
see
I
what
could see
happens
this
when our
thing
poor
being
Protobat
somewhat
fails to learn to
related or
fly.
based to the
I've never lived in
Lunala.
Mexico, but there is a
line.
cryptid that originated in Puerto Rico before
Lunala
spreading
specifically.
all over Latin America and eventually up into the southern United States. I have a lot of family in the New Mexico, Texas area, and I remember being young and my abuelita warning us about the chupacabra.
Yep.
Now, I don't
Probably the
think she
most
actually believes in
well-known
it.
Mexican
She
cryptid.
probably was just using it as a way to scare us kids into not going out at night. But
It is a
stuck with me
fascinating story in a way. Just
Chupacabra
the
is one of those
idea that
cryptids
like
that
it's
varies
a
a good amount
cryptid
from
that
one
could
description
not
to another.
die no matter how many
Early
times
on,
you put
it
it
was
down.
more
It never
reptilian or
came to them
demonic in nature,
and
but
that they were
eventually
just
it
killing
morphed
different
into something
animals,
more
you know?
canine in appearance.
It's like, or
This
you
is
just found a
likely
pack of
due to
wolves and it
sightings
just was a
being
new wolf every
dogs
time.
and
No, that
rats
can't be.
and
It's regenerating.
strange.
That makes more sense.
But the go-to features that were incorporated
It was a different time
are
before we could
spiky
like,
quills,
you know, call each other and be
super
like, "Did you just
elusive
see
nature,
that? Yeah, I did
and
too."
feeding on the blood of others.
Ooh.
In fact, chupacabra means goat sucker.
Eh.
So, why does our little
Don't tell that to
proto-bat
LG,
turn
Greg.
into this? Well, there was a recently discovered fossil of a fully terrestrial massive forest bat.
What?
I figured that something like that could easily evolve up into what we consider a chupacabra.
I mean, it's not the most
So,
ridiculous thing
we're
I've ever
combining
heard, but it's
this
still like a
ancient
what?
terrestrial bat, chupacabra, the Dia de Muertos, and the Alabrije aesthetics together to get Chupabrije.
Honestly, I like-
Pokemon.
I feel like
Desmond,
both this and the
who
bat
failed
design
to
are about
fly,
equal. I like the
evolved into this
Chupacabra a bit more
embarrassed
because I know
and
about the
shy
Chupacabra
terrestrial
stuff
bat.
better. But the
They prefer
Lunala
to
thing doesn't
drain
bother me a lot.
energy
Like,
from
if I
other
got
Pokemon
either one of
while
these split
remaining
evolutions, I wouldn't
unseen.
bitch for a second.
Rumored sightings in the Maza region suggest that this
Maza
elusive
region.
Pokemon may not have gone completely extinct. Its ability is Life Drain, I'm making that up. Moves
Sure.
that drain and recover HP are 150% more effective.
Dang, you get
So,
150 more
That's
HP.
kind of playing up the goat sucker draining blood angle.
I guess the Maza
I'm really
region's
happy
the
with
fake
how it
one.
turned
Call
out.
that thing.
It was also satisfying to make a Chupacabra-based Pokemon that wasn't a dark type.
Yeah,
We'll see what the other Fakemon
been
creators
so easy.
make, but I feel like it will be disproportionately dark type.
probably.
That being said, Ghost and Fairy are probably the next most common amongst cryptid designs.
Probably as well.
Anyway, here is our cryptid line. Which of these three is your favorite? Let me know down in the comments below. Oh, and if you want
It's
to
a
see
type
some
of Alvarez and
cryptids
Chupacabra,
by
but I
other
think
Fakemon
I actually
creators,
do
you
it
can
based
use
on the
the
colors.
hashtag
Alvarez is
Fakemon
about
Ultra
kind of might just want it.
2022 to find them.
I love the
Thank
colors
you
like
all
that.
so much for watching, and please leave a like if you enjoyed the video. As always,
Wonder how
I would
that
love to
fake
hear your
Mono
thoughts
Cola
on today's
went out.
episode
Must've
down in
been-
the comments below.
They had
And
to
I'll
have
see
like a
you
place
in the
or
next
something like that. I
episode.
might check that out at
Bye.
some point. Maybe in my own time, because again, fan of cryptids. But yeah, that was cool. I like the cryptid stuff design, just like based going off of what little we know about, and then trying to make answers and stuff like that. It was very creative and a way to get around your whole rules and stuff like that. Very intelligent play, and they're all based on bats, which is just like with Chupacabra, it's like that's a bit of a stretch, but I can also see it. You know, this is Pokemon at the end of the day. It's not the most ridiculous thing. Plus, after the emu bird or the elephant thingy, it's just like fine. I threw my hands up after that. It's like, are you kidding? Yeah, whatever. But yeah. Lots of new cool Pokemon designs, lots of cool new ancestor Pokemons like that. And yeah. What's your favorite cryptid? Let me know in the comments below, and yeah. don't have much else to say, really, so I guess I'll just let you all go home early. Well, you probably are home watching this, or maybe you're watching the podcast, but whatever. The point is, thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. Go check out CRYPTID out in your own time, and I'll see you all later. Bye!